Hello Pisces, this is your extended reading. I'm already stumbling with my words here, but I feel like, the good news continue to have its effect on you, but I feel like you are, still perplexed, but having to do things. It's like you want to enjoy this moment of bliss, of enthusiasm that, this person that is delivering the message for you, it's like they are happy to see you happy with, this surprise message that they just, did their job in delivering to you. And then it's like what I'm seeing here, it's the sweetest thing ever. It's like you want to hug them, which is so beautiful because I feel like it's like this complete stranger or this person that, you wouldn't normally hug. And I feel like it's almost, you are both stunned. It's like you are both in disbelief. So it's like you're requesting their proof, right? It's almost like you're asking them to pinch you because you're not believing in what you're seeing. So you begin with, well, the extended with the Four of Swords. And although this is talking about, just it's like taking a seat just to think things through. It's like it's almost like you have been through like a really big news that left you stunned. So it's like being taken aback in a sense. Like you really have to take a minute or two to really make sense of things right now. But beyond that, what I was seeing was it's like the doubling up of the Two of Swords that we saw in the first part. So this Two of Swords is now like confirming to me the image that I saw of like you receive the package, you receive whatever it is, right? Being this package of the Emperor, this accolade, this good news. And this is you staring at it first, right? But then here in the extended, when I see the doubling of this Two of Swords, it's like you're almost showing it to this other person, to the messenger, well, to whoever gives you this message, right? And it's like you're showing them, right? It's like, can you read this please to me? It's like, can you just confirm to me this is what I'm seeing? It's so beautiful. It's like so innocent and so, it's like this jolting, beautiful emotion in you. But, well, it's interesting because we do have, the Seven of Cups here, and it's like both of you are coming through as, they're coming with the Knight of Cups, and you're, reacting in a sense with the Queen of Cups. So this is pretty much emotional, yes, but it's also something. It's like whatever piece of good news you are receiving, it's like you need proof that it's really there, that it is exactly what you're reading, that is exactly what you're seeing. So it's almost like you're asking them to read it to you in a sense, or to it's like you need someone else to really prove to yourself that this is happening, okay? Yeah, I could just repeat that over and over again because I feel like you're not believing, Pisces. Whatever it is, you're not believing. So you need someone else to give you this news, which is so sweet because I feel like after you give them this news, or well, they give you this news, right? It's not only now delivering this to you and being unaware of what is happening. It's like now they know what's going on and why you are feeling so emotional perhaps, right? Or so happy, because we have, this Seven of Cups here is like this, it's like sharing the emotion, sharing this joyful feeling of surprise, of being mesmerized and, just astonished with the good news that you're receiving, that you were not expecting to receive it, or to receive it so soon, or to ever receive it because you have already, given up on that thing, right? And so these two cups, it's like few words are exchanged, but so much more is exchanged emotionally. It's like, even though you don't know them well, it's like you want to share this. It's like you want to embrace them. So this card is coming through as a huge hug. It's like when they read it to you, when you give them, it's like when you ask them to pinch you in a sense, it's like they are looking at you and confirming like this is exactly what you're reading. And your reaction, Pisces, is the sweetest thing. It's like you just want to hug them. You just want to share the love. You don't want to keep this good news for you. It's like you're happy to share it. And so this is coming through as a really big hug, which is so gorgeous. But I want to say, after you have this, it feels like a really quick interaction, but one that is so emotionally like fulfilling and, you know, overwhelming perhaps. It's like things get real. It's like you have the confirmation that you needed to know that this is, you know, in fact happening. And so you know that there are things to be done because we have these cards. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So after you give this stranger, this messenger, right, a really big hug, it's like the sharing of the two hearts in a sense, like the confirmation of this really good news arriving to you. Is like, you know that your heart is full, and that, you know, perhaps not even aware that whatever you received is not only making you happy, but is also, you know, just brightening the day of this other person, right? Because you're touching their hearts too. It's like they are perhaps, you know, very unaware of the preciousness of whatever they were carrying to deliver to you. But when you share it with them, it's like they are happy for you. You see, it's like it's so innocent and so pure and so loving. But so I just want to stay in this part, which is so celebratory, so uplifting, so beautiful. But there are things to be done, okay? Whatever thing that you receive news from, there are steps that you need to take forward, right, after receiving the news. So with the Nine of Swords, it's like your mind is clicking in the speed at which, you know, externally you were not aware of. But now when this, you know, when this really good news, this amazing news of the Emperor or these honors, you know, they arrive at you, it's like you feel like there are, well, at least, you know, another person that you want to share this, and this seems like, you know, a person that you know well, and that perhaps was involved in this expectation, but, you know, not receiving news, but then, you know, out of nowhere you receive this news. So it's like there is work to be done. So we have, you know, the Nine of Swords followed by the Eight of Pentacles. And so, and also, you know, because of the Eight of Pentacles, usually I see the Five of Pentacles, right, as like a specific location. Although now for you, Pisces, the Five of Swords in a sense here is coming through as you, as you, it's like your physical being, your embodied being, right? Your it's like yourself, right? And this other five here, which is, you know, it's on top of it, it's like, you know, that there is someone else that you perhaps was in this project, was involved in this whatever thing you were involved in, that you didn't receive news. So now it's like you want to include them. It's like now you have to pass on the message. They have to know about this. And so this Nine of Swords is talking about all of your neurons being, you know, activated in this really fast moving speed, which it's coming through as after you give this person, this messenger, a hug, it's like something flips in you and you're like, I have to do this and that, I have to call this person, and, you know, there are things to be done, practically speaking. And so your mind is all over the place. It's also talking about like picking up the pace, like inside your mind, you know, at first you were taken aback. So you were, you know, you had to take a seat. It's like you really, it's like overwhelming good news, right? You know, trying to recover in a sense from this disbelief, being confirmed that from this other person that this is real, this is happening. And when it sinks in, when it, like, this news drops, right, when it really makes sense to you, and you are, you know, it's like there is this it's almost like this switch that is being flipped within you from being, you know, just in a regular day-to-day, doing your work, doing whatever you were doing, and then being surprised by this this ring on your door, you know, someone delivering a message, and then not believing that this is actually happening, but then confirming that this is happening. And when you do, it's like whatever you were doing previously, you stop everything. There are other things now related to this accolade, to this honors, to this reward that needs to be dealt with mentally and practically. There are things to be done. And so it's almost like you are gathering everything that you need, in a sense, especially in a process, it's like you're trying to organize, because when it finally sinks in, it's like your mind goes in a flash. It's like, okay, I need to move, I need to do this. It's like this instant just decision that there are things to be done. It's like this knowing that you hold that things are going to pick up, and that you have to move fast, because, you know, remember, time is something that you need to be concerned about, right? Perhaps in responding also. And so there are things to be worked intensely, right? Perhaps you and another, as we saw with the Eight of Pentacles. And so there are things to be gathered. So with the Seven of Swords followed by the Three of Wands and ending with the Page of Swords, it seems like this is all preparation. This is all, it's like whoever you are calling, or whoever is involved in this that you want to share, and that you need, perhaps, you know, to share this piece of good news to continue the work. Perhaps it was stalled, right? It's like you are, it's like you're gathering the physical elements, the tools, but also you're gathering it's like the mindset, because this is coming through as such a surprise that you know, your mind was already focused in other things, right? It's like you were working perhaps in another project, so you were not even thinking of, you know, the old project or the old endeavor or whatever it was that you were involved before, right? And so it's like from giving the hug, you know, like the interaction with this stranger puts you in this it's like this flip mode where it's like you are now in action. You are now, it's like the ball is in your court, in a sense, right? Now it's in your hands, and there are things to be done. Things that are, you know, critical in a sense of the timing of it, especially because of the Seven of Swords. We have a lot of swords also here, right? So we have the 9, the 7, and the 4. So it starts with you being taken aback, right? Slowing down. It's also, you know, the stabilizing moment from the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles that we saw from the first part, which talks about this arrival, right? Which you didn't even sense. It's like only when you receive, you know, this really shocking good news that you were not expecting, that you feel these stabilizing. But then because of the 8 of Pentacles, right? And it's actually like mirroring the 8 of Wands from the first part. So it's like, you know, that there are physical elements, but also like this mental and energetic preparation that has to be done, because it's like it's almost like begin again, right? You are receiving the highest accolade or the highest honors, or, you know, the highest offer, or the highest payment, the highest reward, whatever it is. But it's almost like for you to collect it, there is work to be done, perhaps with you and another, and there is a lot of recollection of the energy. It's almost like you have to refocus elsewhere, right? Because you have, you know, moved on your energy, you're focused to something else that you were focused before in the beginning. And so the reason why I'm saying that it's like a new gathering, it's like you have to, you know, open up the drawer and, you know, pick up all of, you know, the information, all the data, all of the whatever you already had going on for that thing that you had put aside because you didn't see anything coming out of it. But now that it came, it's like you have to go back. You have to really, it's like begin again in a sense, right? But doing so, it's like this reframing of your mindset, right? If your work was only focused into one thing, it's that this Three of Wands is like redirect your attention, your energy, your focus to like regrouping, to recollecting what you have already gathered. It's like it's already there. The work has already been initiated, but it was put aside. So in order for you to really like, in a sense, you know, collect this reward or receive this, well, it's coming through now as a scholarship, but this may be, you know, specific just for one or two of you, but it's like there are things to be done. It's like you have to put all the paperwork together, and it starts with you gathering, it's like gathering your thoughts together. It's like whatever neurons were activated, right, by this hug, which is so beautiful, is putting you in this really active mode to re-begin. I want to say, I don't even know if this word exists or not, but begin again, right? It's like you are, it's like you're picking up from where you left, right? But it's like you have to remember, there are things to be remembered. This card here is coming through as, this is a remembrance that you are, that is coming really fast because of the joy, because of the, it's like sharing the love, sharing this good news is inspiring to, it's like igniting the action that is required from now on for you to really collect this reward, which I feel like it is very exciting. It's like mentally, it drives you to really look at it again. It's like, if this is involving you and a partner, a business partner, or a colleague, or whatever, it's like, if this is, you know, not only you anymore, because I feel like, you know, in the beginning, you were focused on like a solitary mission, a solitary project, something that you were doing on your own. But when you receive news about this other thing, right, that you were not expecting to receive anymore, it's like it involves more than just you. And so it requires also the gathering of these other tools, of, you know, the practical elements for this to really happen. Although I feel like it's already there. It's just that now you have to respond to it, right? And it is very exciting with this Page of Swords here ending, especially because of the Three of Wands. It's like now you want to look in that direction. Now you're seeing that it will be worth all of your effort because you have already gathered everything. It's just that it wasn't, you know, it didn't evolve because you weren't seeing the rewards until now, which is surprising to you, right? Because now that you have everything set up, it's just a question of realigning the energy, the mental focus to begin again, to put your energy there, to look in the same direction. Perhaps, you know, you and this other who is also part of this project. And I feel like the way that you're going to look in the same direction is really, it's really exciting because, well, we have this beautiful card here at the bottom of the deck, which is the Lovers, right? And, well, it's also coming through as, you know, an hourglass, talking about how time sensitive this is, and perhaps, you know, in giving this response. So there is a lot to be done, but it's like, you know, the hardest part or the toughest part, you had already done it, right? So it's just recollecting it and, you know, putting the final touches to initiate the, you know, the collection of this reward. But I want to say, this is also talking about, like, if this is involving like more than just you, right? It's like both of you are now looking in the same direction and seeing how this is energizing, how this is very, it's like overwhelming in a good sense, because it's like whatever you're putting in, it's coming back to you. It's like the amount of energy that you focus in this direction is the amount of focus that you will receive, you know, the benefit of. And so it's like, this is, you know, either, you know, the top or the bottom heart. It's like you putting this effort is what you're going to receive in due time, I want to say, because it's like now you have, it's almost like you have control over this time thing, right, for you to receive it, because it's like it's not going to require so much effort because you had already put the effort in the first place, right? And so it's just the recollection, the reconnection of these things, of these elements, right? It's just like refreshing your mind, your energy to dedicate time and effort, just, you know, a small amount in comparison to what you already put in, right, in the beginning. So it is exciting. It's like it's giving this you know, fire in the belly, in a sense, to begin again, right? But not begin from zero. That's the thing. It's like you are beginning to see the actual rewards for something that you had already initiated, and perhaps with someone else, and that is finally coming to you in the same measure, in the same it's like coming equally, right? Is this perfect mirror. And it all starts with, you know, the beautiful connection that you had shared with someone that is a complete stranger. It's like with sharing the love of this good news, it's like you are amplifying whatever reward you are already receiving news from, right? News about. And so I feel like this is really good, Pisces. This is like it's like you have to shift gears a little bit, right? Because you were dedicating yourself to something else, but now it's something very enriching, very prosperous that is, you know, at your hands. It's like there's this decision, actually, right? With the Lovers, there's this decision. Now put your focus, your energy into this thing that you had put aside, because now the rewards are coming. So after all of that, let's see what the astrological runes have to add as a final guidance for you, Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, the rune that came through for you is the Moon, and it's actually coming through as very mysterious, because I feel like although there are some things that, you know, unexpectedly arrived for you, you know, really good news, I feel like there are still things that you are not aware of, because I'm not aware of. So I feel like there are still things and pieces of this accolade, these honors, that you are about to see, about to receive. So it's almost like when you deliver your part, in a sense, right? It's like when you hand in the paperwork or the confirmation letter saying, yes, I accept, or that's wonderful, let's do this. It's like there are still things to be unveiled, to be seen. But I want to say, Pisces, what the final guidance here is coming through as, even though you don't see it, as you didn't see before, right? As you weren't expecting anything. It's like, trust that your intuition will lead you to the right move, in a sense, to make the right decision, right? Because you're starting to see the first signs of rewards. So believe in your intuition, trust in it. It's like, even though you cannot see, right, or you're in disbelief still, like, trust your intuition. This is really happening, and there are still things that you will learn as you go, right? So just trust that the information that you need will be handed to you as you go too. It's like there are phases, right? If we think of the phases of the moon, it's like there are phases in which, like, you will receive the rewards, right? So this is, as I'm getting right now, it's like this is the first part only, and it's already, you know, very, like, the highest thing possible. So it's like this, perhaps it's just the first sign that you will receive a really beautiful outcome, a really beautiful reward from this project that you had already put so much energy in, right? And so, yeah, I feel like these phases will bring you things that you're not aware of still. I wonder if, you know, if there is something that is going to come, you know, perhaps in the next reading, the Aries reading, or perhaps your own reading, right? The next cycle for the Pisces reading. So it's pretty, I feel like this is all good news, although there are still factors that you're still not seeing, or there are still unknown to you. But trust your intuition that even though you don't know everything, you already know what you need to know, and it's really good, right? This is what matters for now, Pisces. So I hope this was insightful for you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time, Pisces. Okay, bye.